Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fight Business. So, today I read some news. I saw that Mr. John Jones has gotten injured and that he is pulling out of his heavyweight fight with Mr. Stipe Miocic. So, I kind of want to give my thoughts on that. But before I do that, I just want to let everybody know that um, I do not think that Mr. John Jones is faking it. That I'm not saying that Mr. John Jones is not injured and that it's a lie or a ploy to get out of the fight. This is not that video, so I'm not saying that. But I do want to give you guys a perspective. I want to give you guys a perspective that has been brought on by, I would say, somebody called Mr. Darren Till. So, Mr. Darren Till, I would say like a few years ago, he was doing a post-fight interview where he said, something along the lines of, and I'm quoting here, I was about to fake an injury before this fight. I think he won that fight and he was so happy. And, sometimes words just come out of your mouth that you don't mean to. And he just said, hey, I was about to fake an injury before this fight. But apparently he ended up doing really well and winning that fight. So he was kind of, I guess he was saying that he's glad that he didn't pull out with a fake injury. Now let's get back to John Jones. So apparently, what happened is that Mr. John Jones was wrestling and he tore his, I believe, pec major muscle or a tendon of that muscle or something like that. But you don't, we don't really know that until we see a MRI picture. Um, Basically, that's where the doctors, what they do is they put you under an MRI. They take a picture and they see in that picture if there is really a torn tendon or a torn muscle or anything like that. So I'll only believe it if I see an MRI picture or if I see an interpretation or a report of an MRI that says that Mr. John Jones had a torn pec major or a pec minor tendon, something like that. Because guys, what I'm trying to say is that fighters have this, and all fighters know this, by the way, and they don't really call each other out on that. So like one fighter, if he doesn't want to fight, if he doesn't want to show up, what he'll do is he will put on the media that he's injured and he can't fight. And everybody in the fight business, they know that this is something private. This is like a thing that everybody can do. It's like a vacation day. It's like a vacation day that you always have that in your back pocket. You can always fake an injury and not show up for a fight. Because, like, for example, like when Darren Till was saying that, when he said that I was about to fake an injury before this fight, I thought, how could you do that? You shouldn't be able to do that, because UFC should look into it. They shouldn't let you just pull out of a fight if you say you had an injury. They should probably get all the records and stuff. But I think they probably don't do that. And all the fighters know that if they start calling out other fighters for faking an injury, or like just calling them out if somebody says, hey, I got an injury and I can't fight, if they start calling those people out, then they themselves can't make that move. So because they want to be able to also fake an injury and pull out of fights whenever they want, they they don't call each other out. And then you can say, hey, fight business, then all fighters can just pull out anytime. Well, then no, they can't, because if they pull out of all their fights, it's going to be bad for their career and it's going to put them back. So they can't really do that all the time. But here and there, one fighter is going to do it, another fighter is going to do it, and everybody knows it's cool. This happens, and nobody calls each other out. And what I'm kind of not surprised, I'm actually it's kind of self-explanatory here. Even the experts of MMA experts, like Chael Sonnen or DC, even they probably know inside that it's probably a fake injury, but they won't call it out either, because they were fighters themselves. And not only that, they want to keep their jobs. They want to keep doing their commentary and doing their analysis, and like, if you start saying things like controversial things like that, it could be a little dodgy, it could be a little so like things like that, people aren't too comfortable. At times, people are shy. People are just shy to speak the truth at times, and that's just kind of kind of how things are sometimes. But like I said again, guys, I'm not. This is not that video. I'm not saying that Mr. John Jones is faking injury. I'm just kind of putting a perspective for you guys here, because if you look at Mr. John Jones' situation, what it is that he's pound for pound number one. And Mr. Islam Makhachev, when he fought Mr. Volkanovski the first time, the thing was that obviously Mr. Islam Makhachev's lightweight title is on the line, but at that time Mr. Volkanovski was pound for pound number one, so his pound for pound number one was on the line too. So I'm not sure after he beat Mr. Volkanovski if he got the pound for pound number one, if Islam Makhachev got the pound for pound number one title or not. But with this last fight that he just beat Mr. Volkanovski in the first round, he is still not the number one from what I read in the news or on YouTube. But from what I saw on YouTube, he's still not number one. Jon Jones is still number one. So for Jon Jones, he's in a really good position. A lot of people call him the GOAT. He's pound for pound number one, and he's got like, I don't know, 1 or 2 fights left in the contract, so he can like ride it out. He can play it out for as long as he wants, and he can still be like, just known. Because if he goes into a fight with Stipe Miocic, it's risky. He's putting his pound for pound number one on the line, and he's 35 years old. He can't really come back from a loss now. I mean, if he loses now, it's pretty much over. He's like 35, 36. I don't know how old he is, but it's pretty much towards the end of his career, that the age that he is at. And if he wins, it's good for him. But like, the point is that there's a risk, and if he doesn't fight, if he just plays it along, if he just kind of plays along and postpones the process, what happens is he stays pound for pound number one, and for a longer time. So just a perspective for you guys out there. And it is kind of I wouldn't say sad, or I can't say I'm disappointed, but I will say I'm slightly bothered that Mr. Jon Jones will not be fighting Mr. Stipe Miocic in November. And yeah, guys, this is about it for this video. But hey, if you guys ask me, hey, Fight Business, what do you think? Do you think Mr. Jon Jones is injured or not? I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I just wanted to put a perspective out for you guys, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Turn on the notification for the videos, like the videos, comment on the videos, and subscribe to the channel. Peace out.